It looks like there's 3 people on. Give me either a thumbs up or a comment if you can hear me. And all right, somebody throw a comment in there. So I'm up first. Well, I guess we'd call this second time live streamer. So I'm having. You have to bear with me. I'm having one little funky issue on my end. Hey, Dan. What's up, buddy? Huh. Tommy. Good to see you, Tommy. You're the Digital Media 2 session was at 11, but you can hang. So you guys that are in right now, did you find the I assume you found the live video on the ACAD Viera page, right? All right, well, I'll keep trying to get it to show up for me. I don't have to see it. I just kind of like to see it. I will stop showing my splash. Hi. I don't have to see it. It's just kind of nice to see it, so I can kind of I get a view of what's actually going on. So I might keep noodling with that, but couple housekeeping things. Use the link in Google. Yeah, that should take us to the same spot, but it's not. I don't know why it's not showing on the channel for me right now. Not that it really matters. She's all right. Oh, there it is. Hey, it just showed up. All right, cool. If you need or want to refer back to something in the live stream later on, it will record it. It will put it on the channel unless I mess something up. So bear with me. Give me a little grace. This is my first time trying to stream. The one that got saved from Digital Media 2 and 3 at 11 o'clock, somehow or another I've deleted that already. So, hey Kendall, how you doing, bud? So we'll get going in a little bit. I'm going to give people just a little bit more time to pop in and do a couple other housekeeping things. So I'll do, as long as this seems valuable and I can do it successfully, I'll do the live stream every Wednesday and Thursday at 1 o'clock. That just, you know, I have a lot going on in my household too. So that just works out best for my schedule right now. Like I said, if you can't make it during that time, this will record and it'll be up on the channel as long as I don't mess up somehow and delete it. But and then I may, as we go, record some other small tutorial type videos that are more specific to the assignment. In terms of the assignment, I don't know how carefully you read the email, but I did say in the email this will be will cover our newest, biggest, but also last assignment for the entire year during the live stream. All right, so you will have. Howdy do, Jacob. You will have plenty of time to put this together. It doesn't have to be done all in one day or 2 days. All right. And you won't have to turn it in until, before you guys are done for the year. Let's see what else. Oh, I know the other main thing. The previous group, the session we did at 11 o'clock, said that the video was a little glitchy. I don't know why, or the stream was a little glitchy. I don't know if it's a YouTube thing. I don't know if it is our upload speeds here at my house. Our download speeds are pretty good, but the uploads are pretty poor, so it could be that. Just bear with me, hang in there. They said it wasn't so bad that they couldn't at least follow along and still understand what I was saying. So if that's the case still, if it's a little glitchy, I apologize for that. All right. Let's see how many we got. 11 people in. All right. That's not bad. That's about what I expected. Maybe it's about a third of our senior class, except one of ours wasn't from the senior class, but that's all right. All right. Let's do this. Let's start with one known issue that I've seen come up, and that is that while Rush is free, it will only allow you to export 3 times for free. And then it's going to ask you to subscribe, pay, whatever. That is not the case for you guys. You guys have full access to it for free. In those cases, it is because Creative Cloud needs to be logged in with your school email, not Share. Share is specifically a Google thing. So student number 1234567 at share.brevardschools.org is a Google thing only. Your Creative Cloud should be logged in as, and this is important, 1234567 at brevardschools.org. That's it. The only exception to that, I don't know how this happened, but for some reason, some people's username is 1234567, whatever your student number is, at ST. S as in Sam, T as in trouble, .brevardschools.org. So if Rush is asking you to subscribe or pay, check that you're logged in as student number at brevardschools.org. If you are and it's still asking you to pay, then try the at st.brevardschools.org and you should be good. All right. All right. So unless you guys have a bunch of questions for me, I think this will be a fairly short stream. The software itself is really user friendly. There's not a lot I can add in terms of how to inside of Rush because it's very easy to use. That being said, if you're having an issue, if you can't figure out how to make something work, then this is the place to ask those questions. All right. So having said that, I'm going to share my screen. And so there you can see Binging with Babish. I'll get back to that in just a second. Let me... Where do I want to go? I just lost my train of thought. Oh. Sorry, I had to close out Rush just a little bit ago. Hang in there, guys, while I let Rush launch. All right, there we go. There is Premiere Rush. Now I'm working on a desktop. If you're working on an iPhone, iPad, any kind of mobile device, you can do all of the same things. It might look a little different. You might find the options in a little different spot, but you can do the exact same project. So what I want to start with here is I added a couple extra clips to my tutorial just for the fun of it. But I want to start there on this tutorial that you guys turned in. All right. Hopefully that looks familiar. Are there any questions, any issues you guys were having with that tutorial? Plop them in the comments. I'll give you about, I don't want too many awkward silences, but I'll give you about 30, 45 seconds to pop something in there if you want something answered. Fair warning, I might be working it out right in front of you. I won't know the answer to every question right off the top of my head, but all right, I'm not seeing any questions, so I'm going to move on. If any of you are familiar with Binging with Babish, either give me a thumbs up or give me something in the comments so I know that that is something you've seen before. All right. Binging with Babish, if you're not familiar, he creates or recreates dishes from movies and TV shows. So this is tiramisu from Superbad. I think it's Superbad, if I remember right. And so he goes through a whole explainer video. So let's start before I play this. No clue what Binging with Babish is? Yes, he is bald. All right. He has a very particular style. And so your project is going to be a Binging with Babish style explainer video. All right. We'll get into more of it in a second. I will say this before I play this, though. It doesn't necessarily have to be food. All right. It's an explainer. It could be explaining how to do anything. But in this case, it's tiramisu. And I'm not going to play the whole thing. It's like 5 minutes, but so you get an idea. He usually plays a clip from the movie or the show before he gets started. And then his signature kind of style is that in his original Binging with Babish series, you never see his face. You never see him talking. It's just, all you see is the demonstration, the showing part of the video. All right. So in this case, you can tell there are a lot of jump cuts. There aren't like cross dissolves. There aren't transitions. A lot of jump cuts in all of these parts. A lot of speeding things up so that you don't have to sit and watch the whole thing from beginning to end. All right. So already stylistically. You should see some elements maybe that you should incorporate in your editing with the jump cuts and such. All right. So I think that's probably enough to get the idea. There are certain circumstances where he will do a version that he's trying to be pretty close to what's happening in the show or the movie, and then he'll do a second version where he kind of tweaks it. But in either case, let's see here. There is, in this case, his finished version of tiramisu from Superbad, which looks pretty good. I would try some of that like right now. That looks pretty good. All right. So those are the basics of what you guys are going to do. To me, I think food is the easiest and the most fun, but like I said, it doesn't have to be food, but it is an explainer. It does need to be an explainer video of some sort. All right. It also, needs to be like well thought out and well planned out. So this is why, even we're starting the last project so far from the end of the year. If your guys' last day is the 20th, that's 13 days. And I'm not going to put a real hard time limit on your video. If it ends up being 5 minutes, great. It's more about, is the pacing good? And does it make sense? Is it entertaining? Does it educate? Those are things explainer videos all should do. Some other videos you might check out. There's a channel by, I think it's BuzzFeed, that does video explainer, like cooking stuff, and you might have seen them. They're popular. They come up a lot of different places. They show you strictly a top-down view of what they're teaching, which is obviously different from the Binging with Babbage stuff, where his are strictly from the front, right? Neck down or chest down. The BuzzFeed, I think it's BuzzFeed Tasty, maybe, is it? It's all straight down, and all you see is like in a pot. They do a lot of one pot things. Okay, so you should do some planning of shots that you're going to need. You may, for instance, you're going to demonstrate how to make the best peanut butter and jelly sandwich ever. You might make 3 or 4 peanut butter and jelly sandwiches and film getting that from different angles. Getting a little B-roll, right? It's better to have more content than less. Once you start editing, sometimes you find out that you don't have enough content. Okay, so you plan out an actual, and this is going to be one of the deliverables. So get me here, ready? Deliverables at the end, a written shot list that shows you planned out the actual shot that you were going to film and what you were going to be doing in that shot. And you can handwrite that and take a picture of it. You can send that in a Google Doc into the assignment. Okay. And then the second one, and this will answer your question, I think. Who asked that question a little bit ago? Where's my comments? Oh, Ms. Mata. Yes, it is supposed to have audio. You can tell if you watch through the Binging with Babbage stuff, he doesn't record the audio as he makes it. He goes back and records a voiceover explaining what he is doing. So this is a 2-step process. Film all of the stuff, all of the steps, get all the B-roll you need, and then that's going to get cut up and edited into a finished video. Then separately from that, record over your voiceover. I'm going to be honest with you. I do not know if you can record just voice into Rush. So that's something that you could look into. You can, however, record voice memos directly into your phones. All right, so plug in your earbuds, or you don't have to. You could do it just holding the phone up. The earbuds generally give you better quality. Pay careful attention to the environment that you're recording your voiceover in. The less noise, the better. If you can fit inside of a closet or someplace that's carpeted and has lots of clothing and very little echo and good noise cancellation, anything you can do to mitigate the noise, the better. And the closer you can get to your microphone source. So if you're using your phone, don't hold your phone like out way far away from you. Okay, get your phone like right up here. Okay, within a couple inches. Some of you might have, I know some of you guys do video, you might have an actual mic that plugs into a computer and you can record. You're going to have to do the best you can with the equipment you have at your disposal. And the way that you'll really increase the quality more than anything else is by paying attention to your environment and keeping your environment nice and quiet and noise free. If you're like me, I don't know if you can hear this in the background. We run a ton of fans around my house. If you run fans, you may want to turn those off. They'll definitely be heard. So, okay. And again, the reason I'm introducing this so early is that as you plan through this and start to shoot it and edit, you'll have opportunities to jump in live stream. Tomorrow we'll have one. Next Wednesday and Thursday we'll have one. And then the Wednesday and Thursday after that we'll have one. Plenty of time to jump in the live stream and ask questions and that. You can still reach out to me the normal methods. If you just want to email me or whatnot, put a comment in the assignment in Google Classroom, that's fine. But I think the live streams are probably the best way to actually throw questions in the comments and then have me either answer it face to face, or if I can work it out in the software for you, even better. Okay. All right. So I wanted to get the live stream out there first and explain the assignment. If you have questions right now, please dump those into the comments so I can try to answer those now before you go. If I'm unclear, I'll put the actual assignment in Google Classroom and Focus either tonight or tomorrow, and then it will be due on your guys' last official day, which somebody can verify it, but somebody in the comments said that was the 20th. Okay. I don't know if my feed that I've been watching somehow or another it's lagging way behind. So I'm going to hang out and just make sure everybody's got a chance to catch up and ask questions if you need. So going back to Tiffany, just to clarify, yes, a video showing, demonstrating, teaching, however you want to call it, what it is you're making or doing. You guys who are artists, I just had a thought. If you don't want to do food, figure out a way to rig either your camera or your phone from above and do an explainer or a teaching video on, how to draw a Disney character, or how to draw something. You could do that. Part of this, though, part of the assignment, part of the purpose is to film and then record a voiceover in 2 separate parts and have those come together and make sense. Okay. Dan, yes, you're cleared on working on the banquet video. Everybody else needs to do the actual assignment. And just to make sure, because I can't remember now, to reiterate the deliverables at the end of all of this. Let me see if I make sure I'm thinking everything. You're going to have at least 3 pieces. Obviously, a finished, put together video. The video needs to be complete and polished. Part of your grade is going to be, does the opening make sense? Is it attractive? So just doesn't like start, right? Either fade from black or something. At the end, it fades out from black and it wraps up nicely. It doesn't just stop on the last frame of a video, right? Make it wrap up and be right. Okay. So again, the 3 deliverables: a finished, completed, polished video, a shot list. You can either turn that in directly with a Google Doc in the Google Classroom assignment. You can handwrite it and upload that as an image to the Google assignment. You could do it in Word and then export that as a PDF and upload it in the assignment, however you want to do that. And then also a script. It's going to be really important that you actually spend some time. You can actually spend some time writing a script so that it matches up and you have a plan. Does it need to have background music? Only if that makes sense. All right. Doesn't have to. It's not a requirement. Yeah. You could either plan it to have background music, or you could get done and watch it and then decide, well, is it crazy boring without it, and add it, or go, no, it's great. No, I don't need music. But so it doesn't have to. Could I post an example? I can. I plan on doing one myself as well, so that if you guys have questions, I have something to actually work on and show you. I'll tell you this though. If you check out the Binging with Babish, Babish YouTube channel, that's exactly what we're looking for. Okay. You can change the angle of filming if you want. He films everything from the front. You could film from the top. You could film multiple angles if you want to plan that out. But that's the best example I can think of for now. So yes, I will try to post examples as I work on mine. In the meantime, though, his channel is the absolute best example of what we're going for right now. Okay. Can we incorporate instructions in the video and not do a voiceover? No. That's part of this style that we're creating in this assignment. So video, one piece, voiceover as the second piece, and then edit those together in a way that makes sense in the in Rush. So I think it's going to be, hopefully you'll see it's even more important to have a shot list, like a bulleted list of shots that you need, and also the script of when you do your voiceover, what you would actually be saying during those shots, so that then when you get into editing, it actually matches up. All right. Is it similar to what we did last year with the how-to? A little bit. It's just, I guess, stylistically way different. It is stationary on a kitchen counter, dining room table, wherever is the best environment for you in your home to work. Maybe it's a table in the garage. I don't know. But it has a very distinct style in this stationary, just shoot the action going on and not an entire individual, entire person, and then voice it over rather than trying to capture the audio and the video all at the same time. So Cole, yes, a little similar, but stylistically quite different. And I'll give it another couple minutes for questions, and while I'm waiting to see if any others pop in there. I don't know if you guys have done anything out of boredom that you wouldn't normally do under normal circumstances. I have. And I need to trim the sides They're getting a little long, but I think probably you can still tell. You got that going on. It's like, hey, I have weeks and weeks to let this grow back. I'm going to try something silly. Actually, my wife told me to do it, and I followed her directions. So she tells me now I look like Zangief from what game is that? No, Wreck-It Ralph, but what game was it? Street Fighter? Zangief in Street Fighter? Can somebody verify that for me? I know that's an old school game. Maybe you don't know Street Fighter, but... Huh? Yeah, just because I'm bad guy does not mean I'm bad guy. So there you go. Yeah. So, okay. I'm going to give it another maybe 30, 45 seconds. And then we'll call it. All right. So, either this evening or tomorrow, I'll put out the assignment. There's only 10 of you in the stream right now, which is still almost a third of our class, which isn't bad. I didn't know what to expect this first time out. Send the link to this once it's up on the channel to your friends so that they can hear what the assignment is about. Okay. I will put together a much shorter, concise video just explaining what the assignment is and put that up so that people can see it if you need to. Okay? Should the camera stay static? Stylistically in his channel, it always does. He rarely, if ever, changes angles even. I think if you want to throw a little flavor in it and either, well, let me go back and say this. If you've got a camera person, a camera operator, and you want to get a little creative on movement, then that'd be okay. I'm not opposed to that. If you want to record more than one angle of the thing that you're demonstrating, I wouldn't be opposed to that. His style, though, and this assignment, the reason I picked his style for this assignment is that the camera does stay static and you could set it up and shoot and demonstrate without needing anybody else in the room. It's like a one-man show. You could do it all yourself, okay? All right. So hopefully that answers that. And I will say this. From the very beginning of this whole thing, our directive as teachers has been grace and flexibility. Hopefully you felt that from me, and some grace and flexibility in, due dates and turning things in and the level of difficulty in the work. So, if you use camera motion and you shoot in multiple angles and it doesn't end up being 100% binging with Babish style, but I can tell you tried, it's going to be all good. All right. It'll be fine. But I wanted to get this assignment started and give you a couple weeks here to be able to have time on multiple days to put it together and not feel like, you only had 2 or 3 days to cram and get it done and submitted. Okay? All right. If you have any questions between now and tomorrow, then, tomorrow's Friday. So I won't be live streaming tomorrow. I'll be back on next Wednesday and Thursday at 1 o'clock. All right. So if you have any questions between now and then, please email me. Use the Google number I put out at the beginning of this whole ordeal. Okay. All right. Love you guys.